Okay, so I'm at the top of the creek. This is looking up where the water comes down. So the water's flowing, coming towards me, and it's going down this way to the bridge. So all this material, all these rocks and stuff, this hasn't been prospected in years. Now this is the road that goes to the lily pad, the cabin. That's where the garage and the shed and all the junk is. And then this is where it goes up to the top to the cottage. And so when the water's flowing, it reaches up about where that boulder is right there and across to that bush right there, the bottom of that bush. So this fills up pretty good when it's when we get some good rain. So now it's still going down. I'm going down the creek towards the bridge. This area kind of flattens out a little bit. This is where the water slows. So these are all good spots. This bank here, this eroded recently. The creek used to kind of go way over there, so it gets kind of really wide right here. And that embankment, that's about a 3-foot embankment. You know, so it's cut a lot. And all that brown dirt and stuff, they say, you know, the gold could be stuck up in there as it traveled from a long time ago. And then it will drop down onto the bedrock. So there's plenty of work to be done here. Lots of cleaning and vacuuming. Or wish we could dredge. It would be nice if you could dredge again, but dredging is illegal in California. Here's some nice exposed bedrock. I know it's hard to tell the scale, how big all this stuff is, but these are boulders. You're not going to move these unless you have some heavy equipment. Okay, so now I'm almost at the bridge. You can see it right there. This is where the garage and corral used to be. The outhouse used to be right up behind these bushes right here. Looking across, I recognize these rocks. Here's a big old log that got washed into the creek during one of the rains. I'm not going to move it. We'll let Mother Nature do her job. Take it down to the Merced River. Okay, here's a big old boulder. Grandpa loves digging around this boulder. He has many stories about digging around this big old rock right here. I'm going to go forward a bit. He likes getting up underneath right in there, digging. This is like where the water really starts to pick up again as it drops. This is like a little mini waterfall. It's about 3 to 4 feet, but it flows, it tightens up. It gets wide up there, tightens up, gets narrow here. So it really starts flowing really good. A lot of force. Coming down. I've worked this area before. That's where I stacked some rocks, made some metal cages, stacked them. It was kind of a weird little project I had going for a while. There used to be a tree house up in these trees right here many years ago, but that's the neighbor's property over there. Okay, going down towards the creek. Towards the bridge. You can see the bridge coming up. You might be able to see this wire. There's some barbed wire going across. That's the property line right there. It goes up. So right now I'm getting ready to cross into the neighbor's property. This is his portion of the creek. And it's just a little triangle section. It ends there at the bridge. This is an interesting rock. The water comes flowing. This seems like a good place where the water, if it dropped, the gold would drop into this pocket here. Possibly. But this is on his side. I don't normally play around on other people's property without permission. So here we go, coming to the bridge. Now the water, when it's flowing, it will get about halfway up in this tunnel. And this is where the property line, it comes across kind of diagonally across this. So now I'm going back onto my property. All this is back onto my property, the creek. This is another interesting spot. So the water comes flowing down, rushing through this tunnel, hits this big old hole here, and then continues and flows, and then it bends to the right. But this seems like a really good place to dig too. I would think that any gold that made it past the bridge, dropped into here, it could be there. Just takes time and work to dig it out. Now this is where these two creeks come together. It's Whitlock and Sherlock Creek. So you can see the standing water there. This creek, it's behind all those berry bushes and trees and stuff, but there's a creek just on the other side of this, and it flows down. And this one flows year-round. Doesn't flow real strong, but there's always water in it. And this one is a seasonal. It only flows when it's raining. So the property line, it goes back about another 300, 200 feet. So if I want to work using water and stuff, I can in that portion of the creek. And that's it.